folks, well, I've made it to my destination, but it's a bit windy for videoing, so it's got to be a quick one. Guess where? Any ideas where I am? Yay! I thought I'm going to go to up White today, up to the monument because it's lovely. Look at the sky up here. Eh? Could have been over there at the mast, Timpin, Castle Hill, all glorious and sunny, and I don't know if you can see it right in the distance. There's a lot of snow in the hills over there. Right, you probably can't hear a word I'm saying just now. So I'm going to sign off. Well everyone, I hope you're all doing well. You'll be on holiday now, Easter holidays, so that's just fantastic. So here I am, up at the monument, up on the top of White Hill, just looking out at the view in front of me. When I hit the hills, I often think about Jesus and the journey he's been making, especially at this time, from place to place, and doing it all on foot. When I look out over the brow of the hill there and see the Muckletoon lying below me, our spot supremely blessed, I can't help but think about what Jesus' feelings must have been like this week as he came possibly over the brow of a hill and saw Jerusalem sprawling in front of him. Everyone was so happy when he arrived in Jerusalem, and you're going to hear all about it very soon. But Jesus was actually quite sad, and when he did finally see Jerusalem, he wept. He wept because he knew what was coming. He had a really hard week coming in front of him. He knew his death was looming, and he knew that so many people still didn't get it, and that made him so sad. Ah, here's a couple more people. Have a wee journey up to the monument, see what's going on. When you stand here and look at the beauty in front of you, in fact, Jerusalem would be shining in the sun when Jesus got to it, probably. It must be very hard to come to terms with the week ahead, when the skies, like the week, turn very dark and very black. But as we all know, and he knew, there was a shining light at the end of it. Our first game today is a palm leaf relay. Now you can make some palm leaves out of paper if you want, or you can just use a cushion, you can use a newspaper or just a piece of paper. The idea of the game is you have two pieces. You put the first one in front of you, as Katie's going to demonstrate. Get onto it. Turn around, pick up the other one without your feet touching the ground. Ah, she never thought that when she'd done it so big. Okay, so you see what you've got to do, and it's first to get right across the room or the garden or wherever you're playing. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, well done! I won. For our next game, we're going to get ourselves through the maze to Jerusalem. You need to use just a little ball, or a cotton wool ball will do, or a pom-pom ball and a straw, and you can put some obstacles in the way to make it more fun. Ready, steady, go! What are straws? I can't make a noise. Katie, you might go round the obstacles, you muckle cheat. Okay, so we've both completely missed all the obstacles out. Not quite sure what's going on out there. Nobody won because you both cheated. Katie is showing us how to go round an obstacle. You might want to get straws that don't make a noise like ours, those guys. Have fun! Why don't you have a go at pinning the tail on the donkey? Draw yourself a donkey, draw yourself some tails, cut them out, stick them on the wall, grab a blindfold and somebody from the family or one of your friends, and just have some hilarious fun.
God's story, Palm Sunday. So part of God's story happened on a day we call Palm Sunday, and it begins like this. Remember how God sent his son Jesus to rescue us? Well, not everybody believed that Jesus was really God's son and the rescuer, but the ones who did believe in him did something pretty cool on Palm Sunday. It started just like any other day for Jesus. He was heading into Jerusalem with his disciples, but before they got there, Jesus did something surprising. He stopped and sent 2 of his disciples to go get a young donkey from a nearby village. He even told them exactly where the owner had last tied it up. They weren't sure why he needed the donkey, but they obeyed him. Kids, would you be willing to obey Jesus even if he asked you to do something you didn't understand? Anyway, when the disciples got back with the donkey, they threw their coats on its back like a saddle and Jesus climbed up. Pretty soon, the disciples saw why Jesus needed it. See, crowds of people came to the road and started laying coats and tree branches to make a path for Jesus. When this happened, many people recognized that Jesus was a king. Only kings came into a city like this. So Jesus rode the donkey, like he was a one-man parade. And the crowds praised Jesus by yelling things like, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord," and "Peace in heaven and glory in the highest," because they believed Jesus was the rescuer. But remember how some people didn't believe Jesus was God's son? Well, they told Jesus to make everybody stop yelling. They didn't think Jesus deserved to be treated like a king. You know what Jesus said? He told them, if they keep quiet, the rocks will cry out. Well, the people who didn't believe in Jesus didn't like thinking about people or rocks praising him. And that made Jesus sad. He actually started crying. And not just crying, weeping. Here, the people were standing next to the rescuer they've been wanting and waiting for their whole lives, and they were missing it. But even though Jesus cried, Palm Sunday isn't a sad story. Easter is all about Jesus' amazing rescue, and Palm Sunday is a reminder of just how special that rescue is, and how much Jesus loves everyone. And that's the story of Palm Sunday. So in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Jesus was traveling. He sent his disciples to get a donkey. People spread coats and branches on the road. They praised Jesus. Some people didn't recognize that he was the king. That made Jesus sad. He had come to rescue them. A few days later, he would show just how much he loves us. And that's a part of God's story.
If craft materials instead of food's your goal for the week, then let's have a go at these crafts. We've got plenty of handprint palm leaf crafts for you this week. The first one is our handprints to make the palm leaves, and then we have our handprint to turn upside down as our donkey. Doesn't it look cool? So you can have the donkey riding in through all the palm leaves. Our second craft involves using your hands to make the palm leaves again, but this time the donkey, it's your footprint. But if you decide you don't want to paint your feet, you can always just use the upside down handprint again as well. Or you can paint it, or you can draw it. Why don't you write some messages on, or you could even draw Jesus riding on his back. Our third craft is palm leaves, palm branches. Again, but this time you need to cut out with your handprints. Stick them on a lolly stick or a piece of card or a toilet tube, anything you can get your hands on. And if you want, you can write little messages, or you can have one for all the family and put them all together to make a palm leaf family tree, a palm tree. And our last one, I know we've done it before at Holiday Club, but it's always a fun one. Get a paper plate and you just cut the 2 sides off as shown to make the ears, then stick them on, make some eyes, a little bit of hair, and you've got a lovely donkey paper plate craft. You can make it like Eeyore if you want. And just in case you think we've forgotten, David's challenge from last week, we are going to be doing these on Easter Sunday. So if any of you have had a go at them, bring them with you. That's it, folks, the end of another lesson. before I go, I just want to share a little video with you that the older ones will have seen in the Academy. I think it's a lovely video and it sums up perfectly what the whole life of the great man, but especially what this coming week symbolises and what it's all about, really. In the meantime, I'm super excited about seeing most of you next week, whether it's on Zoom or in person. Wow, cannot wait. So until then, enjoy, because you're now in your Easter holidays. Take care, and I'll speak to you again next time. Bye for now.